From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Well, the North Coast certainly has been seeing its share of some clearing skies along the immediate coast, but also some fog, especially in the morning hours. I think over the next few days, we'll be a little bit more hard-pressed to clear things out around here. But you know what? I think we are going to get to see some sunshine for some of us here. And for the inland areas, here's the deal. And what's interesting is that sometimes, especially as you start heading inland, the joke is, hey, you can just record one weather forecast for the entire summer and just post it, and you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the summer. Wouldn't that be nice? I could take a little summer vacation, but it certainly isn't the case because weather is an ever-changing entity. We need to continue to keep you updated with what's going on. So below normal highs, that's the case here for the inland and not to mention the mountains. No triple digits going into next week and no big heat waves. Those are the three main topics, especially inland. Now, we look at the overall trend here for Weaverville. We're in the low 90s here for the rest of the week and through this weekend. It gets a little bit warmer, but it won't be noticeable. And this is going to be the trend through most likely the end of next week. And you can see for the inland areas, I think struggling to reach the 90s, so we'll call it mainly upper 80s. And for the coast, looking at temperatures, low to mid 60s. Nothing unusual, nothing that's you think to yourself, oh my gosh, that's unusual. No, it's pretty typical around here. All right, so here you can see low 90s, pretty much anywhere you go for places in Trinity County, Weaverville, Hayfork, Lewiston, about 92 to 93 degrees. So here's a look at the smoke forecast. And, we're kind of reaching that point where, we've just got fires around us. Nothing major, though. Of course, the biggest fire is in southwest Oregon. There's another one kind of in south central Oregon. And that's kind of the source of smoke that we've been seeing and will continue to see. Now, one thing you'll notice, it's mainly just these gray colors. That's just the haze that we've been seeing here off and on over the last several days. And that trend will continue. Haze at times, other times you'll get to see some sunny skies. Some of us will smell a little bit of smoke. Others, you'll just see the haze and not smell the smoke. So the air quality hasn't been terribly impacted by this for the most part. There have been those days where, yes, it has been impacted. But looking at today, again, a little bit more hard-pressed for us to kind of clear things out. Tomorrow morning, we're still seeing that fog around here. And there's Friday afternoon, still looking at those kind of clouds sticking around here. Even into Saturday morning, still seeing a lot of that cloud cover. So yes, a little bit more hard pressed. And there's even Saturday afternoon, having a hard time doing that. Now we look at the wave heights, and there's today, look at between 5 and 6 feet. Then we go into your Friday, it doesn't change. So overall, if you are out there fishing or you just out there boating, know that the conditions you've been experiencing are pretty much the conditions you'll experience here over the next 24 or 48 hours. So here's your marine forecast for today. Northwest winds at 5 to 15 knots. Waves from the northwest at 5 feet at 6 seconds. And from the west at 2 feet at 10 seconds. Small current advisory most likely will be lifted here. But overall, as I mentioned, those conditions are improving. All right, so here's what we have. Temperatures in the low 90s for places like, we saw that earlier in low 90s, but a little bit cooler in Ruth at about 86. Right around 90, give or take, for the inland areas, and for the coasts, yeah, low 60s. Seems like I say the same thing every day for the coast, right? Low 60s, low to mid 60s sometimes. But that's the reality of the weather on the coast, right? All right, so here's your 7-day forecast, and you can see temperatures upper 80s, low 90s for Hoopa, for Weaverville. Mainly low 90s, gets a little bit warmer as we take you into next week. And we look at that 7-day forecast for Eureka, we've got those low 60s, 62 to 63, all the way through the weekend and even through the middle, if not into the latter part of next week.